Alright, we are hopping into more Group A Premier Division. Meek versus Big Pimpintosh. Best of 5. Let's go. Over on the right-hand side, we've got Big Pimpintosh. And over on the left, Meek. Today has been a really interesting day of games. You know, I think all these players are a little bit off meta. They're all kind of doing their own thing, so it's been really unique to watch. Meek with the moles here, but this is kind of a patented Meek deck. If he's yanking it from one of the other theory crafters in the scene, like Tatanka or Mishi, I apologize, but I've only seen Meek play it so far. This kind of ferret defense snake style. And moles are always nice. They're very strong early game units. They allow for that cheese, which Meek has won several games off already today. Using moles in pre-8 farm shenanigans rather than as a core comp unit. 6 farm Warren coming out of Meek here, because if it was 8 farms, it would not be a Meek game. Tosh does see it, but he's thinking to himself, I should be okay with the 8 farm Warren. He does have turrets too if, I don't know, Meek tries to get crazy with a mole Warren or something too. But I agree with Tosh. I think he's fine. And Tosh actually comes out ahead slightly here. Does have to build that emergency turret just to make sure he doesn't really die to anything, but I think he can sell it off now, yeah. So Tosh is aware that Meek is fairly aggressive, so Tosh is kind of respecting that here with a lot of tier 1. Doesn't want to die to Meek hitting him with the squirrel mole timing because he's trying to do something crazy like macro up or get a badger or something. Badger, by the way, for Tosh. Badger is Tosh's favorite unit, I'm pretty sure. That's safe to say. So I think he's like, Tosh with the Badger is like me with the Fox. Like, you always just try to make it work in whatever meta because you like to use that unit. Excuse me for the coughing. Getting over being sick here. Trying to mute it as much as I can. Tosh actually going to move out here. Trying to punish Meek's greed, but Meek was pretty quick with some well-placed turrets, and gonna stop Tosh for the time being. And I think Tosh is starting to panic a little bit here. He knows he's got to get something done, but Meek can see these squirrels over the side kind of making the jig up for him. A little bit of bad pathing here, and things just kind of went from bad to worse for Tosh. Tosh is going to try to take advantage of having better unit position here, though. And that's going to be a nice trade for Tosh. Will be enough to compensate for the fact that Meek does have this economy up. Finally, Tosh can break this turret, but the reinforcing squirrels should be able to hold. And yeah, this has been rough, and I think Meek does come out ahead here. Tosh really needed to kill at least one of these pigs, and was not able to. Really good defense there from Meek, really good turrets. I think it was a smart engagement that Tosh took right here. Because the way that units work in Tooth and Tail is the unit has to find its own tile to plant its feet on, stop moving, and then it can shoot. So a lot of Meek's units were like clumped up around this campfire here, couldn't find the tile. And Tosh took a nice engagement there. But Tosh gonna have to go home with the tail between the legs a little bit, try to catch up on economy. Meek is decently ahead though. Even getting into some snakes, Tosh going for the skunks. And how much has okay, Tosh hasn't got the follow-up scout yet, so he doesn't know about the 12 farms. He only knows about the 10. Both players going into double tier 2. I think Tosh's tech is going to be better. However, the ferrets are really abusive when you're in the lead, and Meek is in the lead here. And he's got this high ground. I mean, good lord. And the road, too. To, like, pop in and pop out with the ferrets. And these turrets are really hard for Tosh to deal with. Like, the snakes and the skunks, neither one of them can hit the turrets. So the best thing Tosh can hope for is that his snakes can keep the ferrets back. But with the balloon coming out here for Meek, this is what Meek wanted to do with his deck, and this is like the perfect map to do it, to be honest. So what is the answer if you're Tosh? Meek does not have a lot of good anti-tier 1 outside the turrets. Ooh, that pig getting up in time did not die to the ferret, but oh my god, that pig should not be alive right now. That is nice for Tosh there. He really needed that. That pig's still alive! Okay, now it's gonna die. And the snake tags. Does it take 2? I'm not a big snake guy. Is 2 tags enough to kill another snake? Doesn't look like it. Ooh, oh my god, these new tags last forever. It is enough. Jeez, Manelli. And this might be a quick Meek victory here. Starting to shell down this mill. And ferrets are a little bit of a sleeper unit right now for sure. Because of the way that new mills kind of gain HP over time, it's pretty easy to just shell down a ferret like that, or a mill like that with your ferrets. However, this build that Meek is going for is very map gen dependent, and he happened to get some good map gen this time around. But I think that's why Meek just has the squirrel mole in here too. Because it's like, okay, if the map is really bad to try to do this, you can just try the all-in, you know, 1 to 2 base mole push. And Tosh just gonna GG out of it at that point. I don't blame him. Nicely played there for Meek. I think I think there was a series of unfortunate events there for Tosh that kind of led to the demise. Let's hop into game number 2. This is not what it's supposed to be. Is this a free for? No, this is a 2v2. Okay, well, there's a dummy replay in this series, so we know that now. But hopefully the rest of these games are where they're supposed to be. Match number 2. All right, over on the left-hand side, we got Tosh, and in the bottom, Meek. Now would be a good time to check my... You didn't message me. Oh. Unless you said it in chat. Oh, spoiler, but these replays are bugged. Meek won game 2. Oh, I see. Okay, and we just kind of lost that replay. Gotcha. It just looked like a mistake, maybe on saving replays or something. But anyways, we did lose game 2 there. And so did Tosh. So the score is 2-0 Meek at the moment. And Tosh changing up the deck. Boar Wolf against Boar Fox. I like this deck out of Meek. I would like to try to make something like this work myself. I think it looks like a fun style. I don't think Boar Fox is super necessary though. I mean, I guess the Fox is for late game. But wouldn't Wolf just kind of be better there? I'm not so sure. Alright, some aggressive Warrens for Meek. I generally actually don't like this at all. Oh, Tosh with the sneaky moles though. Oh, did Meek see the moles? No. Oh no, Tosh trying to be a gamer here. But getting a bit busted. It's weird that these aggressive Warrens actually did kind of work out for Meek here, because normally you'd build them like back here, which was what Tosh was counting on, so the moles come and kill him. Yeah, generally placing your Warrens like this can matter, I guess, in like a 4-farm double situation. Meek with the super fast boar. And let's see if it works. Has Tosh scouted it? No, but Tosh still wants to punish these forward Warrens. And the moles should really help out here. More moles on the way. I think this is going to be a Tosh victory. Meek being a little bit of a memester here with the 8 farm double into the boar and going to get super punished for it. GG, Tosh. Getting his name up on the scoreboard there. Going into game number 4. Mishi asking what I've been doing in the tournament so far. I've been playing pretty standard outside of the boar. Over in the bottom left, Meek, and top right, Tosh. Mostly Squirrel Mole Cam. Trying to work in the Wolf or Fox. It seems pretty hard though. A lot of intermediate is 1 base, Squirrel Mole Cam, boar pushes, which are hard to deal with. But if I do advance, I kind of want to get to the old think tank and see if I can come up with some fun builds. Try to catch people off guard. Maybe I'll hit you up, Mishi. You can help me playtest. I got a couple ideas in mind, but I want to keep them close to the chest so far. Alright, Tosh, board wolf again, this time with the ferrets. And 5 farm double coming out of Tosh. Meek has not seen it, so Meek about to get a taste of his own medicine here. What standard? Squirrel Mole, Falcon Cam, Boar Mine? Yep. In my opinion, yeah, I think that is the standard deck right now. So I have some ideas on how I want to put a little stank on it, but I need to test things. But I've actually been busy playing Final Fantasy 14. The new raids just came out, so I'm trying to be sweaty and clear the savage raiding content. Good attack there from Tosh, kills a pig. I think only lost a lizard. As long as he gets these other farms up pretty quickly, I think he's okay. It's really tempting to do a follow-up attack here. But if you lose your lizards, you can get in a really bad spot. So yeah, nice little early game win there for Tosh. Meek did get his farms up a little bit quicker though, so in the end it balances out pretty closely. You can even make the argument that Meek has more food at the moment, because he does, if you look at it. Tosh still running around with these lizards. No squirrels at all, by the way, for Tosh. So needs to be careful with these lizard run-bys. I mean, basically, if you mess up a lizard run-by and lose all your lizards, it's losing all your tier 1. Gets another pig here. Loses 3 lizards for it. Floating a lot of food is Tosh, but that's because he's been running around. He's going to come home and spend it. And no mole warrens this game, so we're not going to see any moles just really end the game abruptly. And yeah, got a little bit of macro game here. Meek currently ahead on the eco, Tosh currently ahead on the tech. Tosh has taken a second base though, and Tosh has seen how greedy Meek's second base is, so knows that he needs to get caught up. And farms here, working on it at the moment. Tosh does have ferrets, but he doesn't have any defenses to support them. However, could still maybe just poke and prod. Yeah, snakes have been ran a lot in these replays, Mishi, but I also think that a lot of the players we've seen today are generally not really following the meta to a T. I'm actually looking forward to Tatanka versus Arrowloo, because I think that's going to be a very meta matchup. Alright, Tosh moving forward. Is his army actually strong enough to take a straight-up engagement, though, with the ferrets? It looks like the answer is no. Tosh is going to have to run away. Should be able to keep these ferrets alive. Oh, 3 HP on 1. Meek wants it so bad. He's not going to get the ferret, but he will get a Warren. Probably gets the ferret right here. Ferret is still alive. And the cams go down for Meek. However, the Warren does as well. 2 Warrens killed there by Meek. And Tosh does a good job keeping those 2 ferrets alive. However, I think Tosh needs double cam or more tier 1 or something right now. I think the ferrets might have been a little bit better later on, because right now they just represent such a large part of the army. Ooh, actually gets 2 kills with that one shot. That was nice. I'm gonna bring him back again. Yeah, I think Tosh really is just lacking cams here. We're gonna go for Falcons instead, which I think is acceptable. And Meek, gonna take advantage of the fact that those ferrets do not shoot up. Getting into a lot of Falcons here. In fact, Tosh only has 1 unit in the whole deck that shoots up, which is Lizards. And Lizards are pretty good against Falcon, in my opinion, but they get absolutely dumpstered on by Chameleons, which Meek has a pair, 2 pairs of. Yeah, I agree, Sasha. I think ferrets are a little bit better later on. And Tosh has to begrudgingly agree and realizes the ferrets aren't really helping him out too much, but it might be a little bit too late here as Meek crushes in and takes the match 3-1.